Okay, members, thank you very much for all the support, guys. It means a lot to me and it helps the channel. So I got a piece of cedar driftwood here. I am going to ask last night in a live feed what I should carve for members. And this video is going to be a big freaking nose, Liz. A big freaking nose and a big freaking eye, Liz. And for all you other guys out there and ladies, guys and girls. So yeah, I better get this video done today because it's like 3 o'clock in the afternoon here. I've been so busy and I got to get it done so you guys don't come over here to Canada, Ladner, British Columbia and want to kick my ass. So let's get on with the show, boys and girls. Okay, so you guys can see this is a big piece of Western red cedar, okay? So what I'm going to do here is I'm going to carve a nose, right? And just kind of like the side of the face. Sorry guys, my fingers are yellow from wood burning, not smoking. But anyways, I'm going to carve a big nose here on this side. And then an eye here. So you guys can see like a better tutorial about the nose and the eye. So it's only basically going to be half a face. And then I'll finish the rest of this carving another day. Okay, so I'll get the basics, I'll get it all cleaned up and we'll start. Okay guys, so I got the wood cleaned up, and I say it's in all my videos, it's good to clean up the carving area of your wood that you want to use anyway so you can see what's going on, because I don't know how far this crack here is going to go under there, right? So who knows, maybe it's cracked all the way under. I'm going to carve the nose and the nose is going to chip off. But anyway, so let's get carving. I'm going to do a talk through here because I want to listen to music and do this carving. It's a fairly big carving, right? Like this piece is about 2 feet, I'd say, this whole piece, maybe a bit 2.5, 3 feet. Yeah, I'd say 3 feet. So big nose right here, okay? No eye there, but I'm going to put a big eye right here. Man, I've been getting a lot of messages today on emails and Facebook. Okay, so this guy's going to have hair. I'm just going to do the tutorial on the nose and the eye, okay? Or else this video will be way too long. So we'll put our center line here. Okay, and this guy's beard's gonna, everything's gonna be whoosh, flowing this way. Whoosh. Now let's put it over just a little bit more. Okay, and we'll put our nose on. You guys, make the bridge of your nose thick, please. Chris, buddy, how many times I gotta tell you? Start out with a thicker bridge of the nose, then thinner. Okay, since I got that off my chest. So I'm making this nose and everything big, you guys, so you can see it's better detailed, right? So like you can see better on film. It's always better to start off with a thicker bridge of the nose than a thinner, because if it's too thin when you draw it on, say if you draw it on like this, like a triangle at top, and you carve it like that, well, you're basically screwed. You're going to have to carve real deep to get out of it. Draw it on thicker, guys. Okay? For you, Chris. Chris, buddy, old pal. Okay, so let's get this mustache drawn on. Blow it over, like I said, guys. This is just reference lines for me. So let's give this guy... I like the eyebrows to come down this way, too. Okay? This is just me, guys. It's just my opinion, right? Like, just because I do it, don't mean you don't have to do it, right? So here's his head. And his hair will go all up here, too. Okay? So let me get this side carved out. I'll get this side carved out. I won't film for that. And then I'll stop, I'll talk, and I'll say what's going on. And then I'll start carving. And I don't care if this video is 2 hours. It's for members. You guys deserve it. And you'll be able to look back on this if you're ever struggling with noses or eyes or anything. And when I'm carving, I'll just do a talk through and we'll listen to some music, right? I think that's about it. Because, you know, when you do all my normal YouTube videos, I got to try and, it's like time. I got to try and get everything in a certain amount of time, because then people just wander off and then they don't watch my videos or they skip through, and then it gives you bad ratings on YouTube, and then just whatever. It's all goddamn this and that and this and that and a little bit of this. Before I start carving, I gotta say it for the billionth time, I'm using my Cutsaw Extreme Flame Burr. I'm still running this piece of shit when it's still working. I think it's on its last legs though. Okay, but it's hooked up to the Dremel flex shaft. Ah, boy. Okay, guys, so here's the talk through. I already got the forehead cut deep there. That's about 1 inch. You got to cut it back on an angle. I got about 1/2 inch cut in there. You can see. Now I'm going to use this Merlin to take the forehead back. And another thing too is this Merlin's kind of screwing up too. I'm going to have to send it in and get fixed. I carve really light with the Merlin, guys. It's a fragile tool, that tool is, for sure. Like, definitely not being heavy hands there. Anyways, just taking the forehead back. The farther you take the forehead back, okay, let me try and explain this. So see, I'm taking the nose that, like where the eyebrows are, I'm taking those all lower too, because that's how you can get the nose to stick off the farthest of the piece. So just look at it and try and shape it the best you can. I'm not going to do much editing on this. I'm just going to let it run through, right? So if you guys ever get stuck on a carving, you can always, this is for the real beginner people, for the wood spirits, right? You can always look back, look back and watch this video, right? So I like being able to move my piece around. But yeah, so that Merlin, it's the gears inside of it are slipping or something, so it's gonna have to, I think it's gonna have to be sent in to get repaired. But it's a great tool, but it's a fragile tool. Okay, so you can see the forehead's cut back. Now I'm going to cut, I believe, now I'm going to cut beneath the nose. Okay, let me crop this here. Hold on. Shit. I'll do that after. Whatever. You guys can see. Yeah, I'm going to have to stop and see the cut there? It's like a 1/4 inch deep. See the forehead slope back? Showing how deep the cut is. Yeah, I'd say that's a 1/2 inch. Now I gotta feather all that away. You know, I see lots of people just making normal cuts and then just leaving it like that. But you gotta feather the mustache away. Okay, so here I am zooming in perfect. Now I'm just slowly, this is real hard cedar actually, guys. Look how fast I carve, right? Like I'm just a goddamn freak. So I'm just feathering it away. You guys don't have to rush like you see me rushing. Take your time and enjoy yourself. That's what it's about, right? See that cut line? Boom, it's almost gone. But just lowering the whole mustache itself makes your nose really pop out. And there might be some times in this video where I'm carving off of the screen because it's harder. Okay, so now I'm pulling my Fordham out. That's a 1/4 inch cut sole extreme to speed up taking the mustache down. You guys, the Fordham is the tool to get for that. If you're going to start using the 1/4 inch bits, if you want to speed up your carving. You can buy cheaper ones, but I really suggest save your money, buy the Fordham. I've had mine since I began carving. It's still working. It's on its last legs, but it's still going, guys. And I carve heavy, right? It's like, look how much time I'm taking to carve away the mustache. Oh, by the way, I'm lying in my bedroom. Just, you know, air conditioning on. Got my headset on. Just watching the video and talking. Still feathering it away. You know, it is a lot easier for me to make like the real instructional videos for members because they can be longer, right? Okay, look. Don't see a cut mark there at all, do you? Just a little bit. But see how I feathered it away? like a slow hill. See? No cut mark. Big, huge honker. Okay, guys, so I got lots of the blocking out done. It's getting hot in this room, too. I'm starting to sweat. But anyways, I got lots of the blocking out done up here. You can see how big the nose is. It's a honker. Okay? So you can see the forehead goes back. And how I got this trim nice and close to the beard, the mustache to the beard. Okay, so now what I'm going to do, you guys, another thing I want to talk about too, everybody has their own styles. Don't, you know, your style doesn't have to be like mine because, well, it just won't be. You know, Larry over on Vancouver Island, he's got his very own unique style. Liz has her own style. Evil Rick has his own style. Chris has his own style. Everybody has their own style. Tina has her own style. You know, you guys just got to find your style. Just keep carving deeper, guys. That's all I can suggest. Just keep carving deeper till you kind of get have a picture of a face printed off just so you can always look at it when you're carving, you know, because then you can see how the cheekbones work and the nose work, the nostril works. Okay, so I'm going to quickly carve in the inside of this beard now. See, I didn't even draw my lines on the inside, I don't think, when I started. So now I'm going to draw them on. And you see here how I pointed out in the video, there's no bump coming off the mustache and the nose. Here's another shout out to you there, Chris. Sorry about your car breaking down. But you see how it's a smooth transition? There's no bump there. That's called feathering it away, right? I know I'm not insulting you, any of you guys. I'm not, because I used to do it too. But I see lots of you guys just carve here, and then there's a big bump, and then the mustache comes like you carve in here, and then there's a big bump and the mustache comes off. Take it down and feather that cut mark away, guys. Okay? So, what I'll do now is carve the inside of this mustache, and I'll be back and we'll start talking about the eyes and the nose. Would you look at the size of that freaking nose? Look at the size of it. This kind of looks like one of your carvings, without the big nose, one of your carvings right now, Larry. You know, because you got the nice clean. Larry, your carvings are really clean, right? Not much detail, but just clean and fluent. You know, it's your own style for sure. But anyways, guys, so now see how close I got that. Okay, let's take it easy here, Jordy. You see his bottom lip there I got carved in, and the undercut, so you can't see it writing. I could still got to do a little bit more undercut in there. Can't see it writing up the mustache. Okay, you can see it there in the top there, riding up a bit. I got to cut that back. I will later. I got a little chin in here, and I just take a few minutes on my chins, guys. Just let the beard hairs roll off of it. But you can see how close I got the mustache carved to the beard. Mustache beard. Because it's good to blend them in, guys. If your mustache that high off the beard, you can't really blend them in. So the closer you put it to the beard, you blend them in. Anyway, stop talking, Jordy, and let's get these this nose on. So it's always good to start off with a bigger nose, guys. It sure is. So what we're gonna do is I'll start carving and do a talk through. But I gotta take this side. Let's see here. I gotta take this side and cut this way, right? Not too much, but I want to take all this off before I put the nostrils in. You follow me? So I'll start here, and I'll just kind of cut that and take away this sharp edge before I do the nostrils, okay? Okay, guys, so yeah, here I am lying in my bed. Just want to show you guys, this is one of my first paintings I did. It's a panda, kind of like with Japanese. It's just like bamboo color. Anyways, you can see it there. So, but here I am shaving the nose, the sides of it, making it more rounder, not so square, right? So I'm making it, basically think of the peak of a nose as a triangle. You know, the thicker parts on the bottom of the face, and the tip of the nose will be the top of the triangle. That's a good way to look at it, but kind of leave it flat in the center there. And this is kind of when you start taking your time. There I am, feathering the mustache down to get more too, right? Okay, so there you can kind of see I got that one side shaped a bit better. Now I got to do this side. Okay guys, so I'm working on the other side here. So I should be going a lot slower, but I can't help it. It's just the way I carve. I hope I'm going to be able to keep it in screen because it's harder once you zoom in. You got such a little small area you got to carve in. So yeah, just kind of making the triangle nose. It's a lot harder carving when you're filming, guys, because you gotta, well, whatever. Try it, you'll see. Okay, now the nose is kind of shaped like a triangle, see? A rounded triangle. Come on, Jordy, get in screen. Yeah, just shaping it more. You guys, like 10 years ago, would I ever thought that I'd be making YouTube videos showing how I carve wood spirits? Did I ever think that? Or carving flowers on YouTube? Making new friends all around the world? Not a freaking chance. Okay, so here I am drawing the line in. Just gonna draw the mustache in. Some eyebrow, not the mustache, some eyebrows. I normally don't draw them in, but I'm doing it for the video. So now that line there, I'm gonna cut. This is what I'm going to cut away from the nose, okay? See that? I'm going to cut all this away. That will bring the bridge of your nose down lower. Ta-da! Okay, so here we start cutting it. Still using the Cutsall Extreme Flame Burr. Kind of taking the eyes a bit deeper. Cutting the bridge of the nose in deeper. Cutting the other side of the eye a bit deeper. Now cutting the eyebrows in. You guys, you don't have to have big, huge eyebrows. You don't even need to make eyebrows if you don't want, really. There I am just shaping it. The nose. So yeah, I'm trying to keep both sides equal depth, right? And looking straight at it, trying to make them... I'm not too worried about the short side because nobody's going to see that. So that's kind of just like a butcher thing. Cutting the eyebrow in. Not too deep, excuse me. Okay. So now I got to feather away those eyebrows soon. Okay, so see the nose is sloped. Now I got to feather away the eyebrows. Take the forehead back deeper again. You guys, the carving is just basically cutting, feathering, over and over and over again until you get the hang of it, right? Like I don't need to be doing this cutting and feathering, but I'm doing it in the video to show you guys how I'm trying to make it simplified as easy as I can. And guys, trust me, I ain't no pro carver, okay? I'm just like you guys. I've just been doing it for 5 years now. That's all. I've carved like 5,000 wood spirits. But like I say, I'm just like you guys. I'm just ahead of the game. That's about it. If you guys are just learning how to carve right now, right? See that plastic thing spun off? Just taking the forehead deeper. Okay, let me do some editing here. Okay guys, sorry I had to crop the video. So, but yeah, so see it's starting to take shape. This guy has a pretty big forehead, I gotta say. But that's okay. Like I say guys, it's a wood spirit. It can have a big forehead. I like them better personally with the smaller foreheads. You know, sooner or later I'm gonna, you know how like your hair kind of comes to a point on your forehead? How it comes down to a point for like men anyways? I think it does for ladies too. But I'm gonna start doing that, incorporating that into my carvings too. Just taking the eyes down a bit lower, right? The cheeks down lower. Sorry guys, you can't see that. Once again, going back over the forehead. Just shaping, guys, that's all it is. Really, just bringing everything down, cutting it proportionate. Okay guys, so you can see I got his eyebrows cut in now. They're raised higher. The forehead's still sloping back. I can take it back more if I even want to. The nose is almost sticking out the farthest. To get the nose stick out, even farther, I can cut these eyebrows down, and then it will even stick out a lot farther. But it's okay now, it's on point. This guy's got a huge honker. That's all right. That's what I wanted to do. Okay, so now for the nostrils. They don't always work out for me, guys. So I start with my center line here. Okay, and I just draw one line in this way. And then another line this way. Try and make sure the nostrils are kind of, like from this point to this point, are kind of the same. Guys, they're friggin' wood spirits. That's why I try to explain all the time. It doesn't matter. Okay? It doesn't matter. So what I'm going to do now is carve on the out. So I'm going to leave all this in. I'm going to carve on the outside of this line. Okay? And then I'm going to feather some of this wood back. I'm going to remove some of this wood. So I'm going to carve on this outside of this line where my pen is. And then I'll remove some of this wood. Then that will make the nostrils stick out farther, okay? You know, guys, you see how he's got a big round honker? I can always just cut more here, make it more straight, and give him a little pig nose like my nose or whatever. It doesn't matter. Whatever you want to do, guys, it's your creation. Okay, so I'll start carving these nostrils in. Okay, so zoom in, zoom in, zoom in. Okay, so I'm cutting on the outside of the lines to leave the nostrils exposed, like sticking out farther, okay? I do both cuts to try and make sure they're both on the same side. Same on the same side. Same on either side. Okay? Now I gotta feather all this wood away, and you can see there the nostril is sticking out farther now. You guys, you don't want your, pardon my language here, but you don't want your nose to look like a dinkin' balls. One of the girls I used to see said, why do your noses kind of look like dinkin' balls? So, yeah. Every time I make a nose, I try to make sure it doesn't look like that. She used to clean my house for me too. So, kind of fire the cameraman. Come on, Jordy. Get back in the... There we go. Come on, bring it back a bit more. Just rounding out the nose. Feathering it away. Making the nostrils stick out farther, kinda. You can see how it's shaping on the side there. Sorry about this filming, guys. Oh, here we go. Really shitty cameraman there. Totally fire him. Probably just gonna have to delete his YouTube channel for his filming. So like that's why I say, oh, here we go. Yeah, yeah. Okay, yeah, there we got it. Yeah, and just still rounding it out. You see, I'm kind of just taking my time. Letting the tool do the work when you get to this stage of the carving, guys, right? Not just about removing wood fast. Just try to make it all proportionate. Running the nostril off. Watch this. Boom. Bringing the mustache back down. Feathering it out again. Over and over and over, guys. Kind of making this like a dip and set the center of the mustache there. Man, oh man, oh man, what kind of cameraman is this? Make those big lines. I don't know what those lines are called from the nose to the cheek, but they're cool. See See, I cut there, now I have to feather that away again. Cut, feather, cut, feather, cut, feather. Yeah, cut, feather. Oh, Jordy. What are you thinking? Carve on the screen, okay? So you can see how it's rounded. See how the nostrils are sticking out farther now? And it's straight. You can give it a bump, make it look like he's got a broken nose. I could even taken the bridge of the nose farther down, right? Now I kind of got around the nostrils. Okay guys, so like I said in the beginning of this video, I'm going to give this guy a big honker. So here it is. Okay, so let's just carve the nostrils in now. So what I do is I get my, it's already rounded flame shaper. I carve up and under, okay? So I'm going to hit it up and under. Leave a good wall on the outside of this nose, right? In the nostril, like leave it, don't carve it too thin to the outside because then it'll break away and you have a huge flaring nostril, right? So let's see, I'm sorry guys, it's really hard to carve when I got it zoomed in because I got to remember to keep it in focus. So I'm going to carve up and under, and then I'm going to go along and give it a bit of shape to make it just a little bit around here, right? Okay, so I got about, let's say, a 1/4 inch carve deep in there. Now I'm just going to give it a little tiny bit of shape. Look at that guy's nostril. Oh yeah, look at it. Can you see it? Let's see if you can see it. See? Yeah. So let's do the same with the other side. My buddy I work with says, "Oh yeah," all the time at work. I haven't worked with him for like 3 months, but he's got me saying, "Oh yeah," on my videos all the time now. Okay. Do a little bit of shape. Sorry guys, I'm stitching something. Okay, so there you go. Sorry guys, I was just kind of fixing it up. Let's zoom out here again. Man, hope this zooming in's working. I'm not focusing on this side too much because when it's against the wall, you're going to look at it this way. Nobody's going to stick their head over there and say, why is this cheekbone not the same as this cheekbone? What's going on with that? And if they do, pull the piece off the wall and smash him over the head with it. Okay, so you can see his nostrils are flared out. He's got big nostrils. I know he's got a big nose. That was the intention. Okay, now it's time to work on the eyes. Dun, dun, dun. This is when you really need to take your time, guys, okay? It really is. So what I'm going to do here, there's all different sorts and ways to do eyes, guys. There really is. So all I'm going to try and do is carve right now. Where's the pen? Let me find it. I'm going to try and carve this round inside there, okay? I'm going to try and make it look like that's a golf ball inside of there. Okay? So that's what I'm going to do. This eye, I'm going to try and make, you got to remember it's just a little tiny fraction of the eye that's showing, right? So like I said, I'm going to try and make this round inside of here. Because that will be his whole eyeball here. But on top of the eyeball, he'll have his eyelid coming down here. And then he'll have his bottom eyelid right there. And then his pupil, if I decide to put pupils in it, will be right there. Does that make sense? Probably not. The eyes are the hardest thing to try and explain, guys. So all I can basically do is just start carving. Let's see what kind of burr I'm going to use. I'm going to use this. This is a cone-shaped burr, right? This is Kutzall's, I think it's a fine shape. It's a tapered burr from Kutzall. And this is good to do for eyes because you can get in there and you can move it around and make it round, right? So that's what I'll be using now. Okay, you guys can see the eyelids there, so I'm going to try and use one of these burrs here, but a smaller one that I got off Wish. You see these burrs? I got a set of 5 for like 10 bucks or 20 bucks or something. So I'm going to try and use one of these because it has to have a nice sharp line. So you want to make, so now it's kind of round here, but now we want to make inside there look round too, right? So let's try it out. Okay, I'm gonna have to spin the piece now, okay? So I gotta... Now I'll do the bottom. Gotta spin it back. Okay guys, so once again, these are the little birds that I ordered off Wish. I think you can get them on eBay and stuff too. But these are really aggressive cutters, guys. And don't let these hit your skin, right? They come in a set of 5. But you can see how good it worked in the eye. So now what I need to do is, see how it's not that round inside there? Now what I need to do is I need to get a diamond burr and make it just kind of more round. It doesn't have to be perfect, guys. You know what? Like, just enjoy yourself. Okay, so let me get a diamond burr hooked up. It will be a flame shape, and I'll be back. Okay, you can see I got the diamond burr here. I think this is like 180 grit or something. But you guys can see also I left it way out of the drum. I'm not going to be running this at full speed. So it is safe to pull your burrs out farther in the collet when you're not running it at full speed. So just let me kind of clean up in here, right? It's hard to do this filming. So now you can make it so you can give them a, here, let me clean inside here too. Sorry guys, I gotta spin it once more. That's good enough for me. Okay, that is good enough for me. I'm not going to give this guy any pupils. I think they look like cartoons when you give them pupils. I can, but right now, so now what I'm going to do is give him some age lines in here. Okay, so what I'll do with, actually, we'll do the age lines in here later. I'm going to finish this other eye quickly, and then I'll be back. So you guys get a visual of it now. Okay. Get a good visual of it. Okay guys, sorry I did carve an age line under there, and I'll do some details in that after. Just cut it down here and then take some of this wood away to make this raised up higher. So now, you know, like, I'm basically done this video for the tutorial, but we might as well keep going for the members. So now I got to give this guy his hair up here, right? It's going to be coming from over here. His hair down here, coming wrap it around here for his beard. Okay. So I'm going to do my bigger cuts with my Fordham, because like I say in lots of my other videos, I don't know if you guys have seen them, but you want your beard not to sit so flat. You want to give it a nice fluent thing. So it's 2 stages. I'm going to cut some deep gouges in here with my Fordham. Maybe put some cross cuts in there. I'm going to carve this sharp edge around a bit with my Fordham. Cut up here so his hair is blowing this way. And then I'll use my detail beard cutter. Okay? So yeah, it's getting like a sauna in here. Spooky old guy, this guy, isn't he? You guys can see my big lines cut in there now. So you can see, you guys, if you want, you can even paint the eyes in. You know what I mean? Lots of people paint them, and it makes it way more realistic. But I'm not going to give this guy pupils. Don't have to. I might. But anyway, so what I got to do is cut all the beard, all the hairs in now. I got to give him age lines on his forehead. I cut the eyebrow hairs in, the mustache hairs in, and the beard hairs with this, once again, aluminum cutter on edge. On edge. I'm not going to film it, guys. It's like a friggin' sweat pit in here. Okay, guys. So, this is it. I love this guy. Look at him. He's cool. You guys think he's cool? I think he's cool. So you guys, you know, like, I really want to stress, if you guys are if you're just learning about wood carving and you're getting really serious and you got a Dremel and stuff like that, I really think you know, a good investment, a positive investment, and it's well worth spending the money, is buying a Fordham, guys. And get the Fordham with the industrial flex shaft and the industrial handpiece. Okay, I'm telling you right now, if you're getting really serious about it and you want to start doing bigger carvings, if you get the Fordham that holds the 1/4 inch burrs like the size of these ones, it's going to start saving you a lot of time. And guys, time is money, isn't it? Okay. And then another good thing to get to, this is for the members, is a wood burner, guys. Get the Fordham if you can afford it, or save up for it, the SR series. Okay, there's mine hanging right there. And get a wood burner. Time is money, and the nicer your carvings look, the more money you can sell them for too, right guys? So all I'm going to do with this wood burner is just do inside his eyes, because I'm going to cetol this butternut, okay? And I'm going to paint inside the mouth like I normally do, inside the nostrils black with dollar store paint. Okay, so I'm going to turn on this wood burner and just burn inside the eyes a bit, just to give them some highlights. That's it. And I'll be back. Guys, I'll try filming this, holding the phone with my one hand and burning with the other, but I don't know if I'm going to get it on screen. Just quick burn in here. That's all. That's it. And when I put the stain on the cetol butternut color on here, that will really pop. Okay? It looks like shit right now, but just wait. Guys, so I used the, I decided to use the Midwax Poly Shade. I used the Royal Walnut color. So she done, he done. And I hit it with my flap center, as you guys, most of you should know. But you see there, look at the wood burning inside the eye. See how it made it, sorry, see how it made it kind of stand out? So there it is. I liked the color before I stained it, but whatever. It is what it is. And oh yeah, I got something else to do. Jeez, I forget things. Forgetful Geordie. Okay guys, so tell me if you can notice anything different about the piece. Three, two, one. I put some stained glass behind it. That one's a little bit dark. It's like purple blue. But whatever, right? Why not? As long as you guys are having fun what you're doing, do whatever you want. Screw the haters. They can fuck right off. Pardon my language. But anyways, guys, hope you're all well. And I hope Christmas comes soon, because I'm getting quite a stockpile of stuff here. But again, not really. This is still my favorite one. That Shosugi band with the red dye and the green colors in it. But that's that. So there's the eye video. You can put pupils in there you want, and the big honking nose. Hope it helps you, Liz. And Chris, fellow Canadian. Thick bridges of noses. You guys, your support really means a lot to me. And thank you.